He told us he wasn't afraid. You've seen the movies, you know the name, the Zodiac Killer, but for 50 years, you've been lied to. The man who terrorized California wasn't a monster, he was a brilliant game master playing a deadly game of cat and mouse. The police failed, the FBI failed. But what if all the answers we need are right here, hidden in plain sight, in the codes he mailed? I spent 50 hours deep diving into every single piece of evidence, the fingerprints, the taunting letters, and the one uncracked cipher. We're going to solve this mystery together. If you stay until the end, I will show you the shocking name that fits the profile. Hit the like button right now if you want to see the Zodiac brought to justice. Let's go. To understand the Zodiac, you have to understand his rules. His goal was not just to kill, it was to control the narrative. December 1968, a quiet spot for teenagers. The first confirmed kill, David Faraday and Betty Lou Jensen, calculated. But the next one, 6 months later, Darlene Ferrin and Mike Mageau, was personal. The key detail? He used 2 different guns. Why? To confuse the police immediately. After the second attack, he introduces himself. He mails letters to 3 different newspapers. The threat? Publish my letter and my cipher, or I will go on a weekend murder rampage. This is pure manipulation. He needs the spotlight. The police scrambled, but it was a high school teacher and his wife, Donald and Betty Harden, who cracked it. The message: I like killing people because it is so much fun. And the most chilling part? He mentions a life after death, a slave collection. This is the first psychological deep dive. The killer believes he is above us, a collector of souls. If this killer is a collector, what kind of life did he lead to feel so powerless that he needed to control the afterlife? Think about it, and drop a comment. The game was set, the rules were public, and he was only getting started. Every headline fed his ego and his need to control the narrative, which brings us to his most theatrical move yet. The performance was about to begin, a signature, worn like armor. From bullets to ink, every choice was deliberate. And the stage? Lake Berryessa, where terror would become theater. The system wasn't prepared for a killer who wrote the script. He didn't just act, he directed our attention. Ready to see how far he would go? Let's turn the page. Time favored him, until his ego overplayed its hand. The game escalates now. The Zodiac was getting bolder. He approached a couple at Lake Berryessa wearing a terrifying black hood, an executioner's outfit, with his circle cross symbol painted on his chest. This was not a quick attack, it was a performance. He didn't just stab them, he carved a symbol onto the car door. He wrote, Berryessa, 12/27/69, 7/4/69, 9/27/69, by knife. He was signing his work. This is the moment the Zodiac stops being a casual killer and becomes a legend of terror. The biggest mistake. The ultimate ego trip. October 1969. The Zodiac takes a cab into the heart of San Francisco and murders cab driver Paul Stein. He was seen leaving by 2 teenagers, the closest thing we have to a genuine eyewitness. Why did he do it in the city? He thought he was smarter than the city itself, and he left the most valuable physical evidence: fingerprints, DNA, from the envelope seal, and a piece of Stein's blood-stained shirt as a trophy. This trophy is the key. Serial killers who take trophies have a specific profile. Did you know that the fingerprints left at the Stein murder scene have been partially identified but never matched to a major suspect? A partial print. So close, yet so far. And that brings us to the deepest secrets. Let's open the vault. After the Stein murder, the Zodiac sent his most infamous challenge, the Z340, a monster of a cipher. It sat there, mocking the FBI, mocking the world, for 51 long years. In 2020, an international team finally cracked it. The full message is chilling, confirming his afterlife obsession. That's the point. Zodiac needed to prove his intellectual superiority. If he's so smart, why did he make a mistake that finally led us to? Most people forget, there are still 2 ciphers that remain uncracked. The Z13 and the Z40. These are the Holy Grail. I spent my 50 hours here. Many believe the Z13 contains his full name. Using frequency analysis and new software, the pattern is clear. The Zodiac was playing a hidden numbers game, and this leads us directly to the profile that fits the evidence. This video took massive effort. If you are enjoying this deep dive, take a second to subscribe right now. We need to reach 1 million people with this crucial evidence. Now let's talk suspects, famous and ignored. Alan was the prime suspect for decades. Why? He owned a Zodiac brand watch. He talked openly about killing people. His DNA? It didn't match. His fingerprints? They didn't match. This suggests either the real killer was an incredible copycat, or more likely, Alan was just a sad man, obsessed with the case. Attention. This is where the narrative shifts. A few years ago, a team called the Case Breakers put forward a new name, Gary Post. Their evidence is built on 3 things. Hidden clues. Post's name is allegedly hidden in the Z40 cipher when you adjust the starting point. The scar. Post allegedly had scars matching a witness's description of the Zodiac. DNA proximity. Post lived close to one of the victim's locations. Post died in 2018. His DNA is the missing link, but the psychological profile fits a man who served in the military, the boots used at the scene, was highly intelligent, and had severe authority issues. What defines the Zodiac? Ego. He only killed when he hadn't received enough press. He craved validation. The Zodiac didn't stop killing because he was caught. He stopped because the public stopped playing his game. If you think the police missed Gary Post and this new evidence is the key, write Posty in the comments below. We are tracking every theory. The Zodiac Killer played a long, terrifying game. A game of words, ciphers, and death. We've proven that the case is solvable. The DNA exists, the codes are almost broken, and a highly viable suspect has been named. The good news is that no matter how brilliant this killer thought he was, he could not hide from the future. Science is relentless. Eventually, one of those tiny pieces of DNA on that envelope, or one final crack of the Z13 cipher, will bring this story to a definitive close. He may have won the battle, but humanity will win the war. If you want me to dedicate another 100 hours to a full-blown investigation into the Dyatlov Pass mystery or the D.B. Cooper skyjacking next week, then this video needs to hit 500,000 likes. Do that right now. Like, subscribe, and share this video. We are the new generation of investigators. Let's bring the truth to light. Thank you for watching, and stay safe. Stay curious.